Now we're going to demonstrate the use of the ProMed CareFusion spirometer, and the nurse is going to get the patient to do a spirometer test. This spirometer is connected to the PC using a USB cable, and the nurse will get the patient to breathe into the device. The nurse now will open the software in the patient file, which has already been opened, and she will click on the CareFusion spirometer button, and the CareFusion software will open automatically and prepare for this test. The patient's weight and height will be taken from the patient's record if it's already there. If it's not there, a nurse can input it today. The patient smokes 20 cigarettes a day in this case. She now presses the button to start the test, and the patient will blow as hard and as fast as he can for 6 seconds, and he has a picture on the screen which will show him that he must, as the wolf, blow the house down. So the patient has successfully completed the test. All the nurse has to do now is to click the button to end the test, and automatically, and exit the software, the patient information is saved directly to the patient file. This includes all the detail of the test, such as the FEV1 and the FEV1 percentage, which can be analysed in great detail for this patient and for the entire population. The most important point really is that this is a simple test to do and automatically inputs all the information into the patient file, no matter what patient management system you're using.
Dr. Martin's test is ready. Should I show him in?
Yes, Yvonne, yeah, please send him in now.
Martin, you can come in now. Okay.
Hi Martin. How does that go?
Good, good. How are you?
We got the spirometer. Were you able to blow?
Yes, yes.
No problems.
Exhausting.
Okay, so we have your results here in front of me of your spirometry, and they look perfectly normal to me. You're actually over 100%. Your what they call your FEV1 is better than normal, even though you're still smoking, are you?
I do, yeah.
You're still smoking 20?
No, it's about maybe 5-10 a day.
Okay, we'll have to have a conversation about that the next day you come in,
Fine.
okay? But yeah, let's just have a look at the detail of it here, Martin. Yeah, your result is excellent. I'm pleased with you. But it's going to act as a marker for future tests. We'll do more of these as we go along. And if you keep smoking, I guarantee you that your tests are going to deteriorate. Right. You're going to be in trouble. But we'll discuss that again the next day we see you. Perfect. But for the moment, that's fine. Well done. All right.
Thank you.
Talk to you.
Thank you.
Good luck, Martin.
Bye.
Thanks. Okay, so now we have integrated the spirometry readings that we earlier took from a patient into the patient record in Health One. The real benefit of this to the doctor afterwards is that he has got very specific data within the patient file, such as his FEV1 % predicted, his FEV1 over his FVC, all of which is incredibly useful information when he's analysing an individual patient file or when he's analysing his population. So in this particular patient, I'm going to open what we in Health One call a Mediform, COPD combined assessment Mediform, having done the spirometry, and we immediately are into the this COPD guidelines. So I could, for example, use the MMRC dyspnea scale and ask the patient, are you short of breath? For example, hurrying up or walking up a slight hill, and he'll say he walks slower than contemporaries on the level ground and has to stop when walking at his own pace. That, for example, would give me a level 2 on the dyspnea scale. This form will already take in his FEV1 % predicted. So if I say his FEV1 % predicted was, say, 56%, my form will immediately tell me his gold classification in the old way is a 2, And if I ask him also about his exacerbation of symptoms, and he says I get 2 infections per year, then immediately I can see that this guy falls into the risk group D. And I also see immediately on my form what the best drug choice is for this patient. He is a group D, high risk, more symptoms. So he's typically gold 3 or 4. The point I'm making here is that because the external device was integrated in detail to the patient record, in Health One in this case, I have access for this patient to a lot of information regarding how to manage his COPD by using a simple form within Health One itself. This can also be replicated in other patient management systems. Also, as regards the population I have in my database, because I have recorded the information in a very granular form, that is, every patient who's had a spirometer reading has got his FEV1, for example, predicted, recorded as such in his file. I can now get a list of patients whose FEV1% predicted is less than 50% or less than 30%, and therefore I can do an audit on my COPD patients very, very easily. So overall, really, the summary of this is that if you're going to integrate external devices, they should be simple to integrate, they should be simple to take the readings, and they should integrate in a manner that is usable afterwards by the doctor when he's analysing an individual patient file or his entire population. And finally, the data that you integrate, whether it be a spirometer or an ECG, it should be portable, so that if I send this patient file to another doctor up the country who's using the same software, he should be able to immediately open the software and see all the results. He shouldn't have to buy a second piece of software in order to view these results, and this is the case, particularly when you're using Health One. Thank you.